Hey Ella, how's it going?
Oh, hey. Yeah, really good, thanks.
What are you up to?
I'm actually at the World Scout Centre in Switzerland on my holidays, but I think this place is a really great example of how awesome scouting is. It's bringing people together from all over the world, giving them awesome opportunities and experiences, and helping them develop skills for life, which is what it's all about, really.
Nice. Have you got any plans while you're here?
Yeah, so a little bit of hiking, I imagine, eating a lot of Toblerone, maybe some yodeling. We'll have to see about that, but definitely not both at the same time.
Cool. Should we walk and talk?
Yeah, let's go.
Great. So you mentioned yodeling.
I did.
Have you got a favourite band?
I have a few. The Beatles spring to mind.
And how long have you been a scout?
So I joined Scouts age 15 as an explorer, but when I was much younger, I was actually a rainbow, a guide, and a member of the senior section.
Cool. What do you do now?
I'm about to start my master's degree in architecture and landscape at the University of Sheffield.
Very nice. And have you got anything on your mind today?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, I've been thinking a little bit about this year's Board of Trustee Elections.
Okay. And why are they so important?
Well, whilst it may seem remote, the board plays an important role in shaping how we do scouting in our groups, in our districts and in our sections. So this year's elections are a really crucial way to decide who makes those decisions, and that those decisions are grounded in the real needs of our members, which are, of course, young people and volunteers.
And what challenges are the scouts facing at the moment?
So sadly, it goes without saying really, but COVID-19 has had a significant impact on lots of organisations financially, particularly in the charity sector, and sadly, scouting is no exception. So as lockdown restrictions start to lift, it's clear that we're going to need to adapt as people and as a movement to a new reality. And UK Scouting will need to focus on securing a stable future for its members in line with its organisational aims and objectives.
Okay. And on another topic, what's the best thing about being in Switzerland?
There are lots of great things about Switzerland, but the flag is a big plus.
See what you did there. Have you ever been to a World Scout Jamboree before?
Sadly, I haven't, but I have been to the World Scout Moot in Iceland back in 2017, which is what this badge is for. And they call this place the Permanent Mini Jamboree, so I guess in a way I have.
Cool. Do you have a favourite sustainable development goal?
I do. It's number 4, which is quality education.
And why is that?
So Scouting is one of the world's largest youth movements, and so it actively contributes most to this goal through its non-formal education program, which helps young people develop to their full potential. But also internationally, Scouting actively engages over 54 million young people as active citizens, and so it's perfectly positioned to not only achieve these SDGs, but also accelerate their achievement as well. Yeah.
Wow, look at that mountain. What's it called?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's my favourite. It's called Gallihorn, and it stands at 2,248 metres.
Very good. So yeah, back to the election again. What's motivating you to become a trustee?
Yeah, so I would love to become a trustee to help support all of our incredible volunteers who week in, week out, empower thousands of young people to gain skills for life. On a personal level, Scouting has opened my eyes to a world of opportunity. It's challenged the way I think, it's taught me about other cultures, and it's given me friends for life. And I feel really passionate about the benefits that these experiences can have, not just on our members, but on the wider community as well. So I would love the opportunity to help grow and expand and push this further as a member of the National Board.
What one thing can you tell us that someone might not know about you?
Yeah, so when I was much younger, I used to play chess competitively for Nottinghamshire's girls' team. I was captain of the team. Bit nerdy, really, but yep.
Cool. And what about during lockdown? Did you pick up any new skills?
Yes, I learnt to knit, and I also started running. And also, during lockdown, I ran my first ever half marathon, and this was for work. We did a quarantine charity relay. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but it was well worth it.
Impressive.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, some quick fire questions for you now.
All right, bring them on.
Tea or coffee?
Oh, are you making? Tea. Milk, no sugar, thanks.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No, absolutely not.
Is it a scarf, a necker, or a necky?
It's a necker.
And do you have a favourite necker?
Yes, this is actually my favourite necker. It's the UK International scarf. I love the colours, but it's primarily worn by scouts travelling abroad, which is what I'm doing now. But I'm also really fond of my Groot necker from where I grew up in Derbyshire.
Cool. And back to the election.
Yep.
What would you say to someone who hasn't voted yet or doesn't know who to vote for?
Okay, so I would say have a good look at all of the candidates in all of the electorates. Have a think about who best understands our membership and who would work to ensure that key decisions remain focused on young people. But also, and most importantly, I would say, if you haven't yet voted, make sure you do. We talk about youth empowerment and youth involvement all the time in Scouting, and this is what elections are all about. So I'm looking at you guys, youth commissioners. Voting is a chance for your voice to be heard. It gives you the power to speak up and influence how UK Scouting is run, and it also gives you the opportunity to support candidates who share the same values as yourself. With that in mind, just make sure you vote.
Sounds like good advice to me.
Yeah, I think so too. But I better go, and I've got some yodeling to practice or something. But finally, I've got to say, if you've got a spare minute, I'd really appreciate it if you could check out my application, watch my video, and if you like what you hear, maybe consider lending me your vote. Yeah, better check on that yodeling. But as they say in Switzerland, tschüss!